or send me her thoughts. Good afternoon and welcome to the Spokane City Council briefing session for October 24th. Ms. Pfister, would you please call the roll?
Council President Beggs.
Here.
Councilmember Bingle.
Here.
Councilmember Cathcart.
Present.
Councilmember Kinnear.
Present.
Councilmember Stratton.
Here.
Councilmember Wilkerson.
Present.
Councilmember Sapone.
Here.
Let the record reflect that all council members are present.
All right, I appreciate City Administrator is here, but we don't have a briefing agenda for next week, so it takes us right to just tonight's agenda. And there are lots of moving parts. There are several things to add to the agenda and potentially one thing to defer, but I'm looking for a motion to suspend the rules for purposes of adjusting the agenda.
So move for purpose of adjusting the agenda.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions? All right, the rules are suspended. First up are items 15 and 16 on the consent agenda having to do with the Shrek transition. I'm looking for a motion to add those.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Any abstentions? Excuse me. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Nay? Any abstentions? Okay, 15 and 16 are added. And then next up, it looks like there are requests to substitute on two special budget ordinances, C 36300 and C 36301, which are related, rental assistance
Oh.
on pages 8 and 9.
Council President,
Yep.
with regard to C 36282, and I apologize for not getting this sent out. We were waiting for some feedback from finance, but I think we do have a way to amend this. So I'll make
Okay, but before you get there,
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's a motion to substitute 36300 and 36301.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
okay. It's moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor of substituting indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions? All right, those are substituted. Now, Councilmember Cathcart.
Okay, so I move that we amend C 36282, and we will, for section number 1, change 127,500 to 102,000, strike numbers 2 through 7, and leave the rest the same. And finance and engineering are both okay with that modification.
Just to note, may I?
First, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, yes.
So we do have a 1 o'clock deadline for amendments.
The rules are suspended.
The rules are suspended.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, the idea here is simply trying to separate out the retainage payment from the vehicles. Idea being we could defer the vehicles to 23 or a later date, but the retainage probably needs to be taken care of right away.
And so, given the time it takes to get the vehicles, was that a problem?
Well, I guess for me, this is an SBO to spend the money this year to buy the vehicles. And for me, speaking just for myself, I just don't think this is a priority place for us to be spending money right now.
Yeah, I don't either. I just want to make sure that we can justify it. And we know that there's a backlog from the time you order the vehicle to the time you get the vehicle.
Correct.
So I just want to make sure that we're cognizant of that and sensitive to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion?
So I know that do we have a director of engineering services? Has that person been hired? Is there anybody in that position?
Is that Dan?
But I think he's acting, isn't he?
I don't know. Do you know? He's acting. He's acting.
So I guess my question would be, are they okay with?
I will just say finance said that they're okay with this change, and they checked with engineering, and they confirmed that it works for them. So.
Okay. So when they come forward and need to hire a director of engineering or pay somebody for doing that job, we'll deal with it at that time?
I think so.
Okay.
Any other discussion on the amendment? All those in favor of the amendment indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions? All right, that is amended. And handily, it was 36300 and 36301 that got substituted. All right. All right, next I haven't spoken with all of you, but I'm at ordinance 36259, collective bargaining rules on page 10, first emergency ordinance.
Did we
Sorry,
do
Did you not want
284?
to talk about the 284?
I'll come back to that in a second, but,
I was saying the same thing she was
oh.
saying.
All right, so let's go to 36284. That was deferred. It doesn't need any action to be heard tonight further if people want to hear it. But there was some talk about reducing it from 100,000 to 50,000, but I don't know. This is for the
Criminal
consultant for criminal justice reform.
Till the end of the year, correct?
Yeah.
So they did not make a recommendation to lower it, so it will go to vote as it is.
Right now, it would go to a vote as is unless there's an amendment.
I would like to make an amendment then to decrease it to 50,000.
Okay.
This is 36284?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. And why would you decrease it? Do you have
Yeah.
a,
Because 100,000 is a lot for 2 months.
Councilmember Wilkerson.
Now, I thought in the narrative that was some back pay, that this person had not been paid for a period of time.
Do we know what, from what to what? Was it,
I don't, Councilmember Kinnear. I thought I heard that in the narrative when they were explaining this. But I was concerned as well with the $100,000 for the last 2 months. So maybe someone could,
even if it was to June? That's a tremendous amount of money for 6 months.
Yeah. I don't know that they could have been doing it without authorization, but
Do we,
I don't know.
do we know, I guess, what the impacts would be of going from 100 to 50? Would we lose our consultant, or would it have any sort of an impact there?
I don't know. We could just wait till tonight at 6 to deal with it and maybe get some
I
answers.
don't want to make
Right.
a decision
yeah.
until we know
I'll
exactly.
withdraw the,
Okay, for now, you can renew it this evening. All right, now, down to 36259, which was collective bargaining. You might recall, as it says in the agenda, that we deferred it from August 22nd because several of the collective bargaining units wanted to give us input. They waited to kind of the last minute. They gave us a flurry of input that we haven't fully fleshed out. We did offer some amendments, but based on the fact that the only contract that's really outstanding is the M&P contract, and it's already figured out we could defer this. I was imagining to January 30th and sit down, and maybe we'll get the feedback.
I'll
soon.
make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. All right, so the motion is to defer until January 30th. It's been first and seconded. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay?
Nay.
Any abstentions? All right, 6-1, it's deferred. And, all right, next on page 11, there is a request for a resolution 0095 to approve the city's portion of the settlement of David Novak. Well, it's only the city, actually. I'm confusing the judgment and the settlement. So this is with the father of David Novak, which we've been briefed on before, but it's just now getting to us. So is there a motion to add that to tonight's agenda? Yeah.
I'll move to add to tonight's agenda. But then
Okay.
I have a question.
Second.
Okay.
I thought the original amount to the father was like $230,000 that had came before us several weeks prior, and this is to the rest of the other part of the family?
All right. Well, we've got city attorney here, so he'll.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was like 275 or something, yeah. Legal fees
Good
or
afternoon,
something.
Council President. Thank you for having me. Can you read for me, what is the amount on this one? I believe this is for the final settlement, for $4 million.
This is. It says $450,535.14. Okay.
That could be the
That's
last
just the wrong.
payment.
Yeah. No, I think you're right, Councilman. So I think it's just the wrong number.
Is this the settlement with Ms. Novak?
That's
It's
what we're
with the
not clear
estate.
of.
It says so. I think the amount is just wrong.
Yes, I think probably the amount's wrong.
Do you know what the amount is?
It's $4 million.
4 million.
Even?
Yes, 4 million
Couple
even.
little
4 million even.
Yeah.
We
There's a
better
lot of
check
numbers
that,
on there
make
that would be
sure.
wrong.
Can someone? What does it say on the packet?
535?
So to be clear, this isn't the amount that we're paying, it's the amount that it was settled for.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
This is a self-insured retention. The balance of the
Okay, go down.
Is this because we're only liable for so much and then our insurance goes above and beyond that? If we're only up for 1.5 million, then they pay the extra above that, or am I wrong
Just
there?
it's just wrong.
Yeah, it's
There might
it's
be-
just
that
it's
might
just
be why
wrong.
it's wrong.
It's wrong. Yeah, this is the settlement with the rest of the estate. We did settle with the father a couple weeks ago, and that was $275,000. So this is the remainder of the estate. It's the mother and the sister and the estate. It's for $4 million. And you're correct, council member. We paid the first $1.5 million, and then the excess carrier will take up the rest. So that's the way the accounting is. And also, we didn't really have any input in resolving it because of the fact that we
Right.
valued it over the 1.5 million. So the excess carrier kind of did the negotiating and resolved it.
So then with the like roughly 800 that we spent on legal fees, the 275 with that puts us at $1,075,000. If I'm off by like $25,000, that would make that right about 1.5 million.
That could be right, but I don't. And I'm not looking at the resolution right now, whether the resolution needs to be substituted or not. But so that might be the net we owe. But
Right.
the settlement that we have to approve is for the full 1.5.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So we need a new number, or the correct number.
And maybe a new resolution too. I don't know, but we can get that before
I'll take a look
6.
at that. I wonder if the 450,000 is the amount that was left to hit the reserve.
Yeah.
And so,
That looks like what it says.
okay, that would make sense.
All right. Yeah, so so the actual language says is not approving the settlement, it's approving the payment, which is
Right.
different than approving the settlement. Okay.
Are we going to need another resolution to approve that settlement? No.
I believe the settlement was on today as well.
Okay. So I think it's just the title that's a little misleading. It should
That
say
could-
approving payment to the state of Novak instead of approving settlement of. Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway, there's a motion
Second.
pending to add. Second. All right. Any discussion? Or I guess we already did all that. But all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions? Okay, that's added. I think that's all the additions. I am going to, based on the email traffic, we're going to have a lot of people talking about the,
Sorry, I did send out a substitute version of consent item 16 at around 3:15 today that Lyndon had sent to me to distribute to you all, so I just wanted to note that.
okay. So, we got the schedule Exhibit A on the scope of services, on the MOU, on the moving to Shrek. And so we would need to substitute what Hannah Lee sent us out. So is there a motion to substitute?
So move to substitute.
Second.
All right. Any discussion or questions? All right. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay?
Nay.
Nay, one nay. Any abstentions? All right, 6-1. Okay, then I was just noting on first reading ordinances, I usually take testimony for that, just for any of the first reading ordinances. I'm going to take them separately today, just because there's a few people who are going to want to testify in one, and a lot of people are going to testify in the other. So rather than mix them up. And
I'm sorry, what were you saying there?
if you go to first reading of ordinances,
Those two?
usually I just take testimony. Usually we have only a few people, and I just take whatever one they're testifying about. I don't worry about it. But today I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the nuclear thing first, let those people testify, and then the redistricting.
Yep.
I also am considering doing the public hearing before the first reading of ordinances, depending on how many people sign up. Just, again, trying to
Could,
do that. Yeah.
could I ask, Mr. Piccolo's here, I wonder if he'd come up and explain to everybody, so we're hearing the same thing about the process for the redistricting, how that works out. Can you just go through the steps for everyone to hear the same thing?
Sure.
Excuse me, I have another meeting I have to head
Okay.
to.
It is a little challenging. It's language from state law, but I think we've got it. Where's Hannah Lee? I think we've got it figured out. So, state law requires that we do the notice, publication, and then have our first hearing within 10 days, and then make your decision a week out. So if you have your hearing tonight and there are no changes, you can have you can continue the hearing till next Monday. You can have two hearings. There's no prohibition on that. And if there are no changes, then you can approve the ordinance next Monday, because it's 1 week out from your first hearing date. If you make an amendment, you then have to give the public adequate notice of that amendment. So if you make an amendment tonight, we would publish that in the Gazette again before the coming Friday, and we do some other, you're going to put it into your packet, so there's public notice, and then you're going to schedule that hearing for November 7th, because you don't meet on the 31st. And we've accomplished the requirement of doing the publication 10 days before your action. So, in fact, we'll be giving more than just 1 week notice. Because there's no meeting next Monday, we're giving pretty good notice. So, if there's no amendments, you have your second reading on November 7th. You can take more public testimony, and you can vote that night on what's in the packet right now. But if you make an amendment to that, we have to give the public notice, which is different than your typical ordinance where you can make amendments as you go along. This one, we go back and do a public notice in the Gazette, and we would do that this week before Friday. And then that would satisfy the requirement to do public notice 1 week before you take action.
So actually, because we're not meeting next week, regardless of we don't make any changes or do make any changes on the 7th, there could be a final vote.
There could be a final vote on the 7th.
Regardless.
Right. But if you make a change tonight, we would do the
Extra
meeting
notice.
extra notice. We would allow more public testimony, take action on November 7th. If there's a further change on November 7th, then you're kind of pressing against the deadline there, because we may not get that 1 week notice in with the publication in the Gazette.
Councilmember Cathcart.
Yeah, so, thanks, Mike. I'm curious, because I'm considering a motion related to this, and I'm curious, what, in your opinion, are the legalities around a motion to refer or recommit back to the redistricting committee? Since there is so much controversy, a desire suddenly for a lot of changes, it feels like that's the citizen group that should be looking at it and making those decisions.
If we had adequate time, you could certainly do that, but we do not have adequate time. We have a November 15th deadline under state law.
So, but if it was referred back, they couldn't take 2 weeks, work on it, bring it back for the 7th?
They potentially could, if you kept the current process in place I'm not sure what they would bring back on the 7th. Would they bring back?
Presumably, they'd meet and make potential changes or reaffirm their decision.
If they bring back on the 7th, then we need to do public notice of that,
Okay.
of that change. And we may not be able to meet that deadline of having that notice out 1 week before you take action. Because you would hear that amendment on Monday night, the 7th,
Right.
and you'd have the 14th to take action, and technically that's probably not a full week's notice to the public.
Okay. So legally, it would be difficult to accomplish.
I believe so.
That's too bad. Okay.
Thank you.
Other questions, Ms. Piccolo?
No, thank you.
Okay, I think, unless someone has anything else?
Yes.
Yes, Councilmember.
So are you going, how are you going to work with, we anticipate there are going to be a lot of people testifying tonight. Open forum is still going to be at the end. Are you anticipating, once you get the signatures, let people know, we don't want to be here till midnight or even 11 o'clock? So are you anticipating, how are you going to do that?
I'm going to punt and say I'm going to see the signatures, and then, but I will advise you all once we have that, what we're looking at, so we could, if we're doing something that's going to go till at least 9:30, we'll definitely take a break in between. But what I did last time, when there were so many signatures that it looked like we would probably not get to open forum, is I just told everyone that we're probably not going to get to open forum, so that people could make a choice of whether they wanted to stick around or not and see if they got there.
Well, and our open forums have been typically, 30-plus people signing up, so that's why I'm asking it.
Yeah.
Normally, it wouldn't be a big deal, but
Yeah.
we've seen an increase in open forum. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, rather than eliminating open forum, I don't know if we wanted to reduce the testimony time.
Yep. So people, why don't you ponder that?
Okay.
And let me know if you have a preference on that as well. And it's not necessarily an or, it could be an and.
I think we need to agree on a hard stop, too. I mean, do you want to be here till 10 or 10:30?
Yeah. So
But our
No,
rules,
you do.
Our rules ended at 9:30, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we have to extend to.
unless we
Yes,
extend.
that's
yeah.
that's why I'm asking you all to think about it. I know you'd like to stay longer, because
No, I'd
you
love to be
enjoy
done at
this.
Especially if it's the same 3 points made.
Yeah. Over and over, yeah.
Okay, well, I think you have nothing else further. Sure. Thanks, everyone, for your flexibility and all the changes. Thanks, Terry, for keeping track of them. And we are adjourned. We'll see you folks at 6 p.m.